What's going on, everyone? Welcome back to the Dropping Knowledge Podcast. I'm your host, Talon Sai, and today I'm joined with Rhodes once again, and JF, he hates us apparently, so he's not with us today.
He's a piece of shit. He can rot in hell.
Yeah, I mean, he didn't get the dump 'em snap, the boomerang. JF, I know you're going to listen to this. Fuck you.
Now he's that Kevin Hart who, hot take here, not that funny.
You know what? Like, his specials back in the day, they were kind of funny, and I fucked with it because he was, like, big on the come-up and everything, but I agree. He's not that funny anymore. You know who I saw on Netflix last night?
Dad life.
Yeah.
Who?
Netflix last night, I was scrolling through. Think of a comedian who used to be so funny and now is, like, meh. Like, used to be big as shit.
Dave Chappelle.
Well, no, I thought his special was still good, but
He's all right. Not as good as that old shit.
Cat Williams.
Oh my god, dude! I haven't heard his stand up in forever. Remember him in that funky ass green suit? With the long hair. It looks like all waxy and shit.
Dude, that shit was so funny. I watched that shit on repeat like multiple times. But yeah, I guess I don't know if he has a new special out or something. I didn't watch it, but I was like, man, I wonder if that's even funny anymore. Probably not.
Dude, the thing I still use that he said was when he was going through the whole thing about smoking weed and eating all his kids' cereal and shit. People thought that they fell asleep and like, he ain't dead. Like, I always say that, especially when we play like PUBG and shit.
I was like the Po Lil Tink Tink, the one with the bent back paperclip legs. That shit was so funny. Or the weed, how it gets stronger and stronger. So go to my weed dealer. Yeah. This shit called deaf. I don't want to die. No, deaf, like you can't hear shit. Oh, man.
Oh, shit.
So
yeah, apparently everybody we knows that Kevin Hart tonight, I feel like.
Is he in Reading?
Yeah.
Shout out to Reading, Pennsylvania. I saw Daniel Tosh stand up there one time with my mom, and he sold out 2 shows back to back, and it was the most offensive thing I've ever heard ever.
Was he good?
Yeah, he was funny as shit, like typical, like sort of like you're watching Tosh.0, but like, dude, he ripped into Reading so hard, and it was so fucking funny. It was hilarious. Good. Yeah, I mean, it deserves it. For people who don't know, like the city kind of near where we grew up, isn't it one of the most like poverty-stricken cities in the world or in the country?
That it was near the top at like murders per capita, which is like the murders based on the number of people who live in the city.
Yeah.
And then like not only that, like Reading is like that, or like the mixture of like the hood right there buffers on like fat ass Pennsylvania Dutch people. Like the obesity rate here is enormous.
It's the weirdest combination. I never really thought about that, but that's so true. It's like,
yeah. Like all this like Kevin Hart comedy and shit, like it's okay, but like I like, if people can't tell by now, like with my sense of humor, like the more fucked up the jokes are, the funnier I find it. So like Tosh is a good example. I don't know if you ever listened to that Anthony Jeselnik dude do stand-up.
Yes. I follow him on Twitter.
God, that shit is hilarious. His show was on for about a month. That was the funniest shit ever, and it got taken down because it was so offensive. Like they just canceled it.
Dude, his Netflix special, the whole time, it's one of those things where you're like covering your mouth going, oh my God, he really just said that? Like,
yeah, dude, some fucked up stuff.
It's so bad. He's like known. One of his bits, he was talking about like how he goes on Twitter and just rips into like tragedies and like just like mass murders and bad things that happen right away. And dude, I followed him on Twitter just for that. And then every time something happens, like the Boston bombings, he tweeted something that was like, I don't even want to repeat it. It was just like, that stuff is bad, dude.
The thing that I think got him canceled was over in like Norway or somewhere. There was a shooting, and it was like the highest kills total in like a mass shooting, like 200 some. And like he's reading the headline, and then he goes, "New high score!" Like just like off the cuff, like, oh my God, dude.
Like so it's fucked up. I think we laugh because of how fucked up it is.
Yeah,
it's
like,
obviously
oh
not
God,
funny,
dude,
but it's like, dude,
that.
yeah,
yeah.
It's more
like,
the
dude
shock
had the balls
factor.
To say that. No doubt.
I can't wait till he comes out with another one.
Yeah.
Speaking of stuff like that, I was driving to work the other day. I actually had this on the list of stuff to talk about today. So podcasts, I mean, obviously we can say whatever the fuck we want. This goes where we put it and nowhere else. But how much? So this is a story. But first, I'm going to ask a question. How much do you think you can get away with on the radio? Like what you say, the host, and then people that they let call in.
Like on like radio, like 96.5 FM radio,
Yep.
or like
The radio
on
in your
air?
car. Yep, FM radio.
Well, as like a host, I don't think that much. But as someone calling in, I think you could get some shit off before they'd get you off the air, before they realize what was happening and hang up on you. I don't know.
Yeah, I was kind of I don't know. The thought never came through my mind until I was driving to work. So it's like 8:30 in the morning on my way, and they always, I don't even know what radio station it is. It's like 10 something The Beach down here in Miami, and they were asking questions that they ask every morning. And the question was for people to call in and answer, what can we do to speed up weddings? Because a lot of them are too drawn out and they obviously suck. So what do we do to expedite it and get to the drinking, partying, eating quicker? So like, what would you say? What would you suggest?
I would say the bride and the groom just go get married on their own somewhere, and then they just come back from wherever they just got married at and just party.
And then just have a reception.
The whole walk-in thing at the reception, like with like the groomsmen and shit, like you guys just go do that privately somewhere, and then everybody, because I mean, think about it. Every wedding we've been to, like they are very nice photos, but there's like a million pictures of the entire thing. So like you could go on someone's Facebook after they got married, look through their 400 photo album of their wedding, and you could kind of get the gist of what it was like without actually having to sit there and be bored out of your skull for like an hour. Only the bridal party and the groomsmen should go, and then just get that shit done and let's get after it afterwards.
Like the last one that we went to, I thought that was good. It was quick. We only stood up there for like 10-15 minutes, and then we went right inside and got it going. So,
well, and especially for me, like not a religious person, I don't need you to talk about Jesus and read Matthew 14:26 or whatever the hell. Like, just say, let's do the damn thing and let's go. Like, whatever.
So this guy calls into the radio station, and he must be like a repeat caller. They know who he is, and they call him. I forget what they called him. It was like Terrible Todd or Terrible Tom or something like that. So they're like, hey, this is blah 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 with something on the beach. Who is this? And he's like, yo, yo, yo. And everyone in the radio station was like, oh shit. They're all like screaming in the background. They're like, what's up, man? How are you doing? And they're like, good. They're like, so what do you think that we could do to speed up the wedding? And he said exactly what you said. He's like, you know what? He's like, I think if you want to get married, you can just go elope somewhere, go to Las Vegas, and then get right into the party. And he's like, you don't need to have all all that shit there. And they're like, yeah, we agree with that. Yeah, skip right to the point. He goes, I got to think about what he said now, because it was, I don't want to get the wording wrong. He's like, you know what? He's like, I was married at one time. He's like, my ex-wife. He's like, you know what? I still love her. I'd love to see her hanging from a tree.
They let that on the radio?
Yeah, and that's what I did. It was one of those like Anthony Jeselnik things. I'm like, oh my, and everyone in the radio station laughed. They were like, they like kind of laughed, but then at the same time we're like, oh fuck, are we gonna, like, can we kick him off the air right now? But I was like, yo, like, I don't know. That just seemed like it was
on?
Yeah,
they kept talking to him?
Yeah, they were like, they kind of like brushed it off and then just like said their goodbyes and everything. It was only like a 30-second conversation, but still, I was like, and then for the next like 5 minutes, I'm like, damn, I can't believe you can get away with just saying something like that on the radio. It's so bad.
Dude, you know, the other thing I think about with weddings, like just to, you know, go down a rabbit hole here, like the amount of money and time and energy that goes into them, and then half of them aren't even going to last. Like, I don't get it. I don't get the whole wanting all this shit to go all, oh, let's do this crazy stuff. Like, Dude, just play the percentages on that. Like, let's just have a crazy party and like,
You're a realist.
it is what it is. Yeah, I don't know.
No, I'm the same way. Like I get the bachelor party and everything else, and then I get having a ceremony. Like you put out a lot of money for a DJ, catering, and a nice venue and stuff like that. But yo, don't drop 10 grand on fucking, what do they call them, centerpieces with flowers and bullshit in them. Who the fuck? Like you don't fucking need that.
Yo, I need to make like a chart, like a, what is it, like a line graph or something?
Yeah.
Like I think there's a direct correlation to the cost of the wedding and the likelihood it fails. Like the more expensive the wedding, the more likely you are to get divorced. Like
I could see that. Yeah, for sure.
That's like the who is the highest divorce rate? Celebrities. Who has the most expensive weddings? Celebrities. Like
that's
direct
like
correlation.
Have you seen the line chart of the hot to crazy scale of females?
Yes.
That's
my
so
dad,
true.
That video, did you ever see that video? Like that dude that breaks it down like he's like a college professor?
No, I don't think so.
Oh my God. My dad shared that with me like 5 years ago.
Oh, basically, wait, where he's drawing it on a whiteboard?
Yeah, it basically gets to the point like she's super hot and not crazy at all. He's like, that's what's called a unicorn, and you need to catch that, and we need to take it so scientists can study it and make more of it.
Yes, please do that. Please do that. Oh, man.
Shit.
There's so many things that can be described on line charts like that just really put things into perspective.
That's the great one, though. Hotness to craziness. There is a definite.
Yeah.
Definite.
That was a good one. When are you getting married?
Shit. I don't know. Fucking never. Whenever I dump one in somebody by accident, I guess.
Dump them into someone.
Dude, I have a theory, too, to go on the whole dumping one in somebody. I don't know. I think I might have told you this. I only came out with this one not that long ago. I think 99% of unplanned pregnancies come as a result of the guy finishing too fast and being embarrassed to tell the girl or to pull out. So you're just like, I guess I'm going to ride this out and play this fucking lottery and see how it goes.
I never thought about that, but I think you're 100% correct. I could see that happening.
I think it's at least 80%. Sometimes, sure, it might just be you're drunk and you don't know, or the condom broke, but I'd be willing to bet a vast, vast majority of them are like, oh shit, this is gonna happen already. Well, I can't let her think that I came real fast. So, like, I forget who I ran this by first, like Dave or somebody, and he was just like, yeah, man, like I don't even care. He's like, it's just like, congrats, it felt so good, like way to go, good for you.
Yeah, it's like a when you burp, that's compliments to the chef. It's sort of the same thing.
Exactly. When I pull out after a minute and a half, that's a great job for you. Way to go. You made me do it so fast. Awesome.
I think I was listening. I think they were talking about this on another podcast that I listened to, and they were talking about like the average sex times. I don't want to look them up right now because I don't feel like it, but like the average like enjoyment was like 5 to 7 minutes, which is like that's fairly normal, and that's like not including foreplay and everything else. And then anything like over that is just too much. Like if you're well, hold up. If you're banging for like 45 minutes to an hour, yo, I'm over it at that point. An hour? You know what you can be doing in an hour? A lot of stuff.
Reading a book.
Yeah, reading a book.
3 episodes of The Office on Netflix because they're only 20 minutes without commercials.
Literally anything else. Like I'm not saying 5 minutes is good enough, but I'm just saying like the numbers are a lot lower than some people might think.
Oh, yeah, for sure. But I think, that's a funny thing to think about. Like, there is a line where you're just like, Jesus, this is way too long. But then there's also, like, sometimes if you're banging for a long time, like, if it's fun, like, it doesn't necessarily need to be, like, work. If you're having fun and doing all kinds of weird shit, like,
yeah,
I don't know, like, whatever.
It's sort of like a bell curve. Like, it goes up, and then it's, like, fun, but then all of a sudden it turns into like, all right, I'm over this. Let's just wrap this up. And then it just turns into work right away. And you're like, all right, let's get this done. And then that's when it takes a toll.
You ever been so drunk yet coherent enough to know like right away, like no matter how much or how long or how weird, just ain't gonna happen?
Yes.
Like it's never gonna come to a conclusion. Like I could bang for 3 hours and you can keep trying if you want, but it ain't.
And then you do it anyway. You just keep going until they're like, all right, you know what? I I'm done. I'm over it.
Yep. 5 to 7 minutes. So that sounds about right.
Yeah.
So
So
you
don't,
get in. It's not like, it's like that's quick enough for you to do your thing, her to do her thing. Like, it's all right.
dude. I know of people too. I want to say it was like some of our friends who said this, like people that we know. When a girl is on birth control, the dude is just okay with dumping one in her, regardless. Like
No. No.
they're just like, oh yeah, that's gonna work. So I mean, yeah, dude, it's great. I do it all the time. I just dump one in there, and that's it. Dog, I don't care. Like, I'm sure it feels great and all. I don't care. You couldn't pay me enough to do that right now. No way, dude. No way.
Like, occasionally, sure, here and there, but to have it just be every time, like, first of all, it's just gross to me. Like,
Yeah,
unless you're trying to make
especially
a baby,
for the girl.
yeah, like you got to walk around with like, I can't even. I'm trying to be less vulgar. So to just
the visuals are going through both of our heads right now, though.
Thinking about walking around like a loogie, just like in there all day.
Ugh.
Like, you know what I mean?
Dude, things don't make me gag very often, but when people like spit big fucking loogie, like hawk loogies, I do it occasionally, like if I'm in the shower and I'm like sick or something. But when I hear people do that, it like makes me fucking gag, just like ugh, knowing that feeling.
Well, dude, it's just funny, like when you think of God, like being a dude is so great, like. Right, like you don't
privileged to have a penis.
You don't got to deal with any of like the gross stuff. Like you're just all right. That's cool. Like I don't know about you, but like for me, I've had 100% enjoyment rate of all the sex I've ever had. Girls, yeah. I don't know. I mean, I'm hoping they're batting 100 with me, but maybe not. But I know I'm batting 100 every time. Like that's it.
Yeah, you never 100%. Know. You need to fill out like a survey monkey at the end.
An exit survey. Yeah.
Here, take this and leave it at the receptionist on your way out. Thank you.
No doubt.
Oh man.
Oh shit.
Can you imagine that? Like yeah, no. You'll like when you're leaving a car dealership or like sometimes Best Buy, they're like, oh, on your way out, here's a survey. If you call that number, you just give us some good feedback, and we would really appreciate it. You'll be entered for a chance to win another round of sex with me.
Yeah. Yep. 20 minutes of cunnilingus without reciprocation.
Yeah. Oh, dude, this is. I feel bad talking about this because it's following down the same path of the podcast I just listened to. What I'm thinking about right now, I'm pretty sure it was on the Basement Yard, Joe Santagata's podcast.
Yeah.
But they were talking about, I think that's where the whole like how long you last thing came from. But then they were talking about that awkward stage after you finish. Like you don't want to like get it everywhere if you're not dumping it in her. So you get like someone has to stand up and go get tissues or go to the bathroom, get a towel, get a sock, get fucking yeah. And then you got to do that like awkward thing where you like stand up and you fucking walk out of the room butt ass naked. It's just
yeah. And then I don't know, vulgarity again, but like. Whatever, like say you're banging a girl, she's like bent over your bed and like you like do your thing like on like her ass or on her back. Then she just gotta like stay there like sprawled out like she just got shot and fell forward until you come back and like wipe her down like a fucking baby. You know what I mean? It's just so weird. Like
it's like don't move, don't roll over, it'll get on the sheets.
Yeah, dude, I don't want to wash these. Shit. I mean you have to anyway, but
that's like the awkward stage in a movie where like they show them banging in a movie. Obviously they're not banging, they have socks on their dicks or whatever, but then they don't show that scene. It skips right from where they finished to the dude laying there smoking a cigarette and then the chick standing up in the morning window with the doors open, putting on his like white collared shirt,
his button down. Yep. Dude, I just
100%.
read an article the other day. It's from the one dude on Barstool I like, fucking Uncle Chaps. He's like he just writes all like the sex columns. I don't know if you ever seen me share any of them, but like the one he talked about this exact same thing. He's like movies just skip the post-sex cleanup. He's like, people have sex in movies all the time, just get dressed right away after. Like, I ain't walking around with stank dick all day, and chicks walking around with that shit in them all day. Like they just skip all that. Like that. Like they just live in a different world, like where it doesn't happen. Like,
I'm surprised there hasn't even been like a comedy movie where they bang it out and then they like include that scene in detail, where the dude like waddles over to the bathroom and like pulls fucking toilet paper off the roll and shit like that, dude. That would be so funny.
Or that'd be a great like Chappelle Show skit. Not even like a movie, like they did it for like a porno. Like they did all that crazy weird sex and it was over, and then it was like, all right, cut, and then they had to go act like they were like a normal people, like cleaning up afterwards. Like shit should be hilarious.
Oh man. Speaking of dumping them in and dumping them out and stuff like that, we were talking in our group chat that we have, and every podcast and like people on YouTube, they have names for the people who watch and listen and stuff like that. I don't have anything, like I don't have a name for people who watch my videos, but we were talking about the rap name Lil RJ, and everyone was commenting "dump him out" on JF's post, which was fucking hilarious, by the way. Shout out to anyone who did that. Dude, I was dying. And then he posted something else that same day, and I went into the Patreon Discord and I was like, yo guys, JF just posted something. And then I checked 5 minutes later and it had fucking like 30 comments that said #dump 'em. And
hilarious.
Dude, this shit
the
was
best
so
was
funny.
like there were like the people who like started like making like a serious, it's like all JF's posts like right now are about paintball because he's back into that. Like, yo, what kind of gun do you, and then it was like dump 'em. Like they try to like lure.
The one was actually, I kind of want to read the one because it was really good. Let me pull it up here. So JF does like real estate type of stuff, and it's like the entrance to a home with 2 big staircases going up the side and everything. And someone comments, "Welcome home indeed. What a beautiful sight to walk into. I'd love to see what's in the garage and even more what's in the kitchen. Looks like in a home like this, such elegance. Psych, dump 'em," in all caps. I'm like, yes, dude, it's so fucking good. So yeah, I guess we've coined the term for all the listeners, the little dumpsters.
The little dumpsters, okay. All right.
The little dumpsters. So everyone out there listening right now, they're little dumpsters. And it's like a double, triple meaning.
Oh yeah.
It refers to like dumping them out. It refers to not dumping in them, and it refers to like you're the little dumpsters that we drop our shitty knowledge into every week.
I was saying the fact that we're all trash, we're all human trash, and get thrown in the dumpster.
We are the human versions of big trash bags.
And when we get big enough, we can give out awards that are called the Dumpies, like the Dummies.
Yeah, the Dumpy Awards.
Yeah.
Oh man, you know who should get the first Dumpy Award?
Who?
We talked about this earlier on the Discord tonight.
Shit.
So how do I explain this? Patreons, people who support me, the podcast, the channel, and everything, they have access to a private group chat that we talk in all day, every day. Like everyone's talking about random shit. And then last night we somehow got on the it might have been a couple days ago. We got on the topic of tattoos, and it escalated to someone tattooing my logo on themselves. And I was like, yo, I'm not gonna condone this. Like, please don't do that, because that's fucking ridiculous. That's so crazy that anyone would even think to do that. And what do you know, today at like 5 p.m., I get a picture into the group chat from my homie Chris with a fucking big ass TS tattoo right on his like elbow, right on the front of his arm too. So when your arm's down at your side, it's like a big ass TS logo right there on his arm. And it looks fucking dope too. It actually looks really good. I'm surprised they got it so well. But
that's
like
just crazy. Just
dude,
crazy. You're my boy. You couldn't pay me enough.
I don't even have one. It's so sick. And like the dude has mad tattoos.
I'm just looking on my arm right now where that would have to go. That's gonna hurt, dude. Like I got a big ass vein right there. Like, no thank you. That spot of all, maybe on like my ass cheek, something like that. Not on my elbow.
Not gonna be good. Wait, do you think I could? I'm gonna message him right now and see if I can get him to join the podcast.
Yeah, we could do a quick impromptu interview here, real quick. So how many beers? How many beers do you think he had? That's the first question I'm gonna ask. How many? He's probably gonna say 0, but I would have to guess like between 8 and 10.
I don't think he was drunk. Like he's one of those dudes. So I actually met him in person. Like I've only met a couple subscribers in my life. One of them, Brian Parker, shout out if you're listening. I met him up in Pennsylvania when he was visiting. Super awesome dude. One of the top supporters. He's been supporting the Patreon for a long time. And then Chris, he works at the Miami International Airport. So he lives probably like not even 20 minutes from me where I'm at now. And I was flying back in from Vegas a couple of weeks ago, and he was like, yo, dude, what gate are you flying into? I'm like, why are you even asking that? He's like, well, I work here. He's like, I'll pick you up on my golf cart. And I'm like, no shit. So I'm like, I'm at this gate, whatever. I roll off the plane. And he's like, yo. I look over. Chris sitting there waiting for me. He's like, let's go, dude. Hop in. Fucking get in the golf cart, boogie on down to baggage claim. Super sick. And then this past weekend, I was in Nashville, Tennessee. Got back from the airport. He goes, yo, dude, I know you're coming back right now. He's like, let me know where you're at. I'm at your gate already. I'm like, fuck yeah, dude. Dude is super cool. Dope. Super dope. I just messaged him. I don't know if he's going to join. Oh, yeah. You went to... you gotta have some kind of story from your trip. You got to let the people know where you went.
We went to Myrtle Beach. I coached baseball, so we were down there getting after it. The funny story I can tell you is our bus, like we drove a bus down. So I drove down on the bus. I couldn't take Tuesday off. They stayed until Tuesday, so I had to fly back Monday. Sunday night, we go to leave our game. It's like 9 o'clock, 9:15. The dude who drove us down on the big ass like coach bus was like, well, we got a problem. I'm like, okay, what? The bus broke down. So someone else had to come pick us up from the baseball field, take us back to the hotel. Like, tomorrow morning we'll have somebody here to take you guys. We go back to the stadium. We play another game. And when they go to leave for the night, I got in an Uber, went to the airport because I was flying home. I got a call like 20 minutes later. Yo, the bus that came to pick us up broke down too. So 2 buses are sitting in the parking lot, broken down, that are supposed to take like the team and the other coaches back. This whole time,
dude, it's like a 13-hour drive too.
Yeah, and usually what we do is stay in North Carolina, sleep over, and then drive back the rest of the way. Dude, when I got the phone call, I was in the movie theater seeing Black Panther. I was the only person in the entire theater. Like, not just that theater, like the whole thing. And it was like a 20-screen place. Like,
damn.
I don't know if it's the off season right now, but it was pretty dope. Chilling there. I took a phone call watching the movie. Anyway, they ended up having to
phone call while watching the movie.
Yeah. They had to stay. Why not, dude? That's living large when there's no one else in there. You can answer the call. But anyway, they had to end up staying down in South Carolina again Monday night and drove the whole way back Tuesday morning through the snow and shit in the afternoon. They came back. The bus was caked in snow, like right before it got crazy up here. Like, yeah, dude. Like, it's hilarious, like, because I didn't believe him when they said that the one that came to pick him up to take him to North Carolina broke down too in the parking lot. So in the parking lot of this facility, there's just 2 broken down buses sitting right next to each other.
That's so fucked. Yo, that reminds me of a. Yeah, wait, go ahead. I'll let you finish your story because I got one too.
The last thing that I found funny, I was on the phone with somebody wandering around the airport in Charlotte during my layover. and I was telling them I saw Black Panther, and they were like, "Yo, like, how was it? What'd you think?" And so I'm walking, and to the left of me is the little like escalator, but that just stays flat on the ground, like the magic carpet.
Yeah, yeah.
Dude, I didn't realize there was like like African, like not African American, like African lady and her 2 kids standing there. And I guess they gained on me and passed me as I was saying this. And they're like, "How was the movie?" And I was like, "It was good, but like parts of it made it feel," this is gonna sound fucked up. Parts of it made it feel like it was like a call to arms for Black people to just run around and start killing white people. And like as I say this, I'm walking. This lady is like moving just slightly faster than me, right past me, and she just stares at me the entire way. She's going by me. I was like, "Oh shit." Like, it wasn't like overtly like a racist comment, but just like parts of it. If anyone's seen it out there, tell me if I'm not being real. Like, they talk about killing the colonizers who are white people. But oh my god, just gave me like this death stare as they went by on the magic carpet.
I feel like embarrassed and awkward just hearing that story. I could fucking imagine how you actually felt.
As soon as I said it and I look over and I see her, I'm like, "Oh fuck, she definitely heard that." Like,
oh my god, there was like a lot of controversy around that movie and everything. I didn't even see it. I'm not like, when Black Panther was in what, Civil War? He was in like one of the Avenger movies recently.
Yeah, he was in, I think, I don't know, one of them. There's so many. I like them all, but I don't remember which one was which. But yeah, he was in one of them.
New Deadpool trailer released today. Looks good, obviously. It's going to be good.
Dude, I love Deadpool. I grew up reading like X-Men comics, like Wolverine and shit, and like him, and now Cable's in that. Like, that's going to be dope. I'm kind of a nerd with that kind of shit, but that looks dope. And those movies are just hilarious. But yeah,
it's going to be a good one.
Yo, and Infinity War comes out on my birthday. We got to get ticks. Oh, you're not going to be around.
Oh, shit. I'll be in Miami. Come watch it down here. We can walk to the movie theater from here.
Nah, dude, I'm putting in PTO for that date, for those days that we were talking about. JF.
Oh yeah, you're coming. You guys are coming down here.
I don't even know if, as long as I get approved, as long as you don't have any, I'll put it in tomorrow. But that should be wild. Imagine the vlog for that weekend. Me, you, JF.
Oh man,
in South Beach.
Like, I kind of fell out of the whole vlog thing because, like, I haven't been around friends or anything. Like, I can vlog by myself, but if I'm not talking about something, like, informative or entertaining, it's boring. But I'm absolutely forcing myself to film the whole time that you guys are here because it's going to be fucking gold.
Those are also those times where, like, but those are the times where sometimes I feel like, dude, just leave the camera at home and let's get wicked. Like, let's just get crazy. Because I always feel like
I can get wicked with the camera.
I know, but I just know how expensive that is, and like if we get so blacked out sometime, like, and anything would happen to it, like part of me would feel guilty about it, even if I wasn't the one fucking it up. Like,
I already, like, my main lens that I still actually use is broken right now. When I was out in Vegas, it was super fucking windy out in the desert, and my camera blew over while it was on the tripod, and it's like snapped part of the part of the lens. But yeah, dude, fuck it. I'm absolutely bringing it wherever, and I don't give a fuck.
All right.
That YouTube money, bruh.
It's
got to go to something good. No, not at all. I said that sarcastically.
Right.
Anyway, the story, you were talking about the buses breaking down. When I turned 21, you and I like weren't not even close. We probably didn't even talk. Like, we weren't friends like we are now. But
no,
I got a party bus. It was like me, JF, my cousins, Steele and Nick, Dave, Ryrod, Jack, Jero, Laney, Kate, Jess couldn't come. I think Gabby, you might have been there too. So it was like a normal crew. And my dad. My dad was the one who got the bus because it was like his birthday present to me. We get on this thing. It's got fucking laser lights and like a bumping sound system, and we got the aux cord, and we're just like bumping fucking random shit.
Strippers and cocaine.
There's a stripper pole in the back of the bus with like a fucking disco ball at the top, and like, dude, we got way fucked up before we even got on this bus, and it was, I mean, my birthday's in the middle of summer, so it might have been like 7 o'clock at night or something like that, 6, 7, and we were going out to Allentown. So we're all getting fucked up, get on the bus, hop on 78, and we're headed out towards Allentown. And we're like 20 minutes from home, and we like put down the little window thing, or the driver put it down, and he's like, hey, we have to stop here. And there's just like fucking smoke coming out of the front of the van or the fucking bus. And we're like, shit. We pull over in fucking New Smithsville.
Yep.
Which is, you know what it looks like. It's like truck stop central, like exactly what you would think. Like not the middle of nowhere, but the middle of fucking nowhere. There's like nothing around it. There's a fucking
gas stations you'll ever see.
Yeah, there's like a
absolute worst.
There's like a Motel 8 or Motel 6, whatever the fuck it is, like a motel across the street, and then we're at a Sunoco with like a little fucking gas station thing. And we're like, fuck, so we pull in here.
The Motel 8's where I go when I'm hooking, by the way, just so you know.
Oh yeah, that's where people can meet you?
When I'm turning tricks, yep.
Yeah, when you're turning tricks. What does that even mean? When I'm turning tricks?
I don't know. That's what hookers say, I think. So I'm going to just go with that.
So we fucking pull into this gas station, and we're getting drunk, but we're not like fucked up drunk yet. We're not like being ridiculous. So we're there, get out, and the driver comes into the bus, and we're all still sitting on there. He's like, so now that the bus is off, he's like, the AC's not going to work. He's like, what we're going to have to do is call a replacement to come pick you guys up. And we're like, oh, fuck, how long is that going to be? He's like, it might be like an hour or so. We're like, okay, whatever. So we're all just like, what the fuck do we do now? Like, you can go to the gas station and take a piss. We have champagne and fucking Jaeger and all sorts of booze on the fucking bus. And we're all sitting there. We're like, all right. My dad goes, he's like, we're sitting like at a pump, like in the middle of the gas station. And my dad's like, all right, whatever we do, no liquor off the bus, because obviously we'll be in public then and everything. And the driver, his name is Daniel, he's still in the bus. We're like, yo, since this thing is dead and you're towing it, can we just like blast music? He's like, yeah, do whatever you want. So we're fucking bumping music, and like we're drinking on the bus and everything, back and forth off the bus, going to the bathroom or whatever. About 20-30 minutes pass, and then it got hot as fuck on the bus. No AC. It was like fucking 90 degrees inside. So we're like, fuck that. Go outside. We're all standing in the parking lot, just like looking at our phones, like jerking off. We didn't know what the fuck to do. And
nice. Got Wi-Fi.
And my dad goes onto the bus for like 5 minutes. Next thing you know, the doors fly open, and he walks down the stairs off the bus with 2 handles of Captain in his hand, and he goes, woo! And starts fucking drinking out of them. We're like, yo, you set the rules. You can't do that. And then next thing you know, we got fucking red cups in the parking lot, and we're just like drinking and stuff. Super illegal. Definitely, like if cops showed up, definitely could have gotten in trouble for it. But we're fucking... Regardless, that was the story. We got fucking hammered as shit, and then like an hour and 15 minutes later, like the sun was just going down, it was getting dark. Another bus pulls up, and this fucking thing looks like it was straight out of the early 80s. You go inside, it was bigger, so we could have fit more people, but there's like glass countertops where they have all the cups sitting. Obviously, you know what that's for. Yeah. And then it was fun. I mean, we went to a couple places. We went to Vision and everything. And then, of course, we ended up at Platinum Plus, the Gentleman's Club, which we got to hit that place, by the way.
I was there not that long ago. It wasn't that great.
No. That was the last time I was there.
And then they stopped giving somehow, you $2 bills.
Well, I mean, I don't fucking want $2 bills anyway. That's the only strip club that I've ever been in where you walk into, hand them a 20, and they hand you 10 $2 bills. Like, they got to go to local banks every day just to get fucking $2 bills out.
Dude, I told... they probably have them on deck and they cash them out when they leave. But, dude, I told you one time I went there and I didn't spend nearly as much money as I thought, and I got all this cash out in twos, and I left and I had like $24 in twos. Like, I had to like casually spend 12 $2 bills like over the course of the next month. Just slowly.
And then anyone in the area knows. Like, you either know or you don't know. So if yeah. If someone hands you a $2 bill, you fucking know well that they were just at a strip club in the past 7 days, for sure.
And it's covered in glitter and it smells like vanilla. You definitely know.
You like sniffing your dollar bills that you get, or what?
No, that's how they smell like, the places like that.
I guess so. So I posted a video. This is completely off topic, but I posted a video yesterday just opening some packages and shit. And I was drinking Crown Apple, which I'm drinking right now. I was waiting for like a knee-jerk reaction. You're just like,
no,
right?
Sounds good. Yeah, I like Crown Crown Apple. That's
Crown
good.
Royal Apple. Yeah, it is good. And
shots
so,
of that
like
chilled
start
are
off
delicious.
Yeah, it's just on the rocks right now. I mean, it tastes good. And I started the video. I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna be drinking this during the video, so don't judge me midweek. Like, treat yourself and everything. Pour up a cup and whatever. Just went on with my thing. But then I got like 20 comments of people who were like, "Oh yeah, you like bourbons and whiskeys and scotches, but you're drinking fucking Apple Crown Royal. What are you, fucking 17-year-old girl? You in high school? Like, why don't you drink fucking beer? Why don't you drink scotch, Black Label?" I'm like, yo, people took mad offense to it for no reason at all. I'm like, what the fuck, dude?
It's because people are assholes on the internet. That's what it is,
Yeah,
dude.
I blocked like 4 people.
As big as an asshole as I am, I've never been like a comment troll, like, "Oh, you're stupid. Like, I don't like that, so you're an idiot." Like, I just don't get that. Like, this shit tastes good.
I don't have the time for that.
And there's probably some asshole that drinks Bush Light out of a camo can and drinks fucking knockoff Jack Daniels and wants to talk shit like he's some high roller. Like, give me a break, dude.
Like, don't get me wrong. Like, on my flight back from Tennessee, I sat at the airport, had Johnny Walker Black on the rocks. Like, I enjoy all different things.
Yeah.
I went to the liquor store. I was gonna get Jack Honey, and they didn't have any. Could have got American Honey, but I'm like, that reminds me of like college too much. So I got Crown Apple.
Yeah.
It's fucking good. If you don't like it, fuck yourself. Or if you don't like it, just don't comment giving me shit for drinking it, because it tastes fucking good.
God forbid. Dude, that's everything in life, though. Like, everything, everyone, everywhere. Like, free to have an opinion unless it doesn't agree with mine. Then I'm going to just say you're a fucking moron and you're worthless because you like to drink something that I don't. Like, that's just how people operate. Terrible.
That's how it goes. Like, don't get me wrong. If I'm at a bar and I see a dude drinking like vodka cranberry or like some fucking Cosmopolitan out of a martini glass,
Zima.
A Zima, that's a whole nother level, dude. Fucking Zima. If I see some dude drinking that, like, I'm gonna like double take and be like, okay. But then I'll think and be like, you know what? Vodka cranberry tastes fucking good, dog. Like, I ain't gonna lie. It tastes good.
Nah.
Whatever. Drink it.
Cranberry and Hennessy taste better. But
okay, well, yeah, if we're comparing that, that's fucking apples to oranges. I fuck with cranberry Hennessy.
I'm pretty judgmental. I have to admit, I try not to be, but I just am inherently. It's just the way I was raised. And I judge anybody when, like, especially a dude that drinks like hard cider. I know you and JF are on that wave, but
yeah, just because I don't drink beer, I can't do that.
I don't drink beer at all anymore. Like, ever. I had one beer not that long ago. I was like, wow, this is why I don't drink it, because this made me piss. Like, immediately.
The only time I'll drink cider is if I'm like day drinking and don't want to get plastered right away, and then I'll drink like good shit. I'll drink like Strongbow or something. I had I had Reds in my fridge, which is not good. Twisted Tea, like, yo, Twisted Tea. Last time I drank that, we were on the fucking boat Memorial Day weekend. That was a good video, by the way. Just fucking shotgunning them at like 8 in the morning, just getting fucked. Because you're like, yo, I'm being white trash as shit this weekend. I'm going to drink the most gas station type liquors ever.
Yo, we should do that when we come down. We should just get as white trashed as we can.
The thing is, like, in Miami, there's like shifts of people who go out. There's the people who, which you will probably want to do, because I tend to do it too, but you wake up fucking Saturday morning, beautiful outside, go to the beach with some beers, sit by the pool, You come back, and then you're like kind of getting fucked up, and then you either make it past that point after day drinking where you like fall asleep and then wake up real quick and shower and go out, or you fucking just go out right away. So there's like the first shifters, people who do shit like that. And then there's the second shift people who, like, right now, I've been drinking while recording this. I'll go out at like 9 o'clock and then hang out till like 2. But then there's the fucking third shifters who go out at 12 p.m. because everything here is open till fucking 5 a.m. And then you come back at 5 a.m., party till 7, and then fucking pass out all day the next day.
Dude, that's what I would want to do. Like, sleep in like 2 4-hour blocks. Like, sleep from like 6 in the morning till 10, and then sleep from like 4 in the afternoon till 8, and just get after it. I mean,
we can do that. The thing is, like, if there's what 1, 2, 3, 4, there's gonna be 4 of us.
It's and gonna Jerome's be like, just gonna be a maniac. Just wants to get hammered. I can't do that anymore.
Yeah, I was gonna say it's gonna be conflicting moods. Like, everyone's on different levels right now.
Because that dude's on another level. He can just drink all day. Like, I need a break. Like, I can't just booze for 14 hours. Like, just ain't gonna happen.
Dude, I have some, like, behind-the-scenes videos still on my computer from his birthday weekend when we went to that brewery.
Jesus, yeah.
And we were, like, we got back and they were whipping around paper towel rolls and they were fucking, like, they broke the shades on his window and shit. Like,
yep.
I didn't do anything with it, but... It's fucking.
I just remember of that. Like, I died. I will admit I died that night. But dude, fucking JF and them start throwing paper towels at me, and I just lay there and like the kind of person that's like, all they're looking for is a reaction out of me. So I just played it cool as long as I could, and then it got to the point where like I stood up and picked one up, and like I can throw things pretty hard, and you could just see everybody like, oh fuck, like yeah, this is what you want. Like, here we go. Like, I'm about to whip this shit out real quick. So,
like, that's gonna happen.
That's what yeah, like, dude, you want it? You want this? Here it is, dude. Here you go.
I have a bunch of shit like that, like where I'll try to film something, but it's just like the mood ain't good, and we're just like fucking dicking around or whatever. But then shit like that'll happen. So I have like a whole folder filled with. It's just called random, and it's just like us breaking shit and screaming at each other and just like stupid fucking shit like that.
Do you have anywhere in the archives when was it the night of the McGregor fight when there was like a whole bunch of people at your house and I just took your camera around and did a bunch of casting couch interviews with all the girls that were there?
No, oh yeah, the UFC
Maybe it
fight,
wasn't the McGregor
not the
fight.
Mayweather.
No, it was like the one like the Diaz fight, I think.
Diaz and McGregor.
But dude, every chick we were hammered, and at the end of that night, just every chick like, so is this your first adult video?
Dude, so I stopped saving footage a while ago, but that's far enough. Like, that was a long time ago that I probably still have all that footage. That was when we were fucking like jumping on my bed talking about the big sausage pizza.
Sausage pizza, yeah, dude. And chicks like scissoring and stuff. Who was that?
Yeah.
We don't need to name drop.
I know who it was. I'm not going to name drop, but
you can name drop off the air.
Yeah, we'll wait till this is over. We got, I mean, we're coming up on the end anyway. We're about 48 minutes in.
Damn.
See, this ain't bad. Like, we're down a person tonight, which is okay. We're not recording on our typical night, but yeah, well, like when there's 3 of us.
Sorry.
Oh yeah, fuck. Is it still snowing right now?
No, it's been done, and a lot of it melted today. It got pretty hot, but dude, it was literally a foot.
That sucks, dude.
Yeah, it was pretty shitty. That's why last night I was like, dude, I can't. Like, I gotta go. It took me like dig my car out. Jay's like, why didn't you just do it all day? Like, cause I'm a lazy piece of shit. Like, I don't. What do you want me to say? Like,
true.
Fuck, I don't like. The
last blizzard when we were at your house, my car was stuck there, dude. It took fucking like half an hour to get my car out because I didn't have winter tires. Fucking sucked. Do you want to hit one more topic on the list?
I don't know. Whatever you want to talk, or you can talk about some real shit if you want. I could talk about some shit too. I was actually thinking about that today on the drive home when I saw your Twitter.
Some real shit, like what?
Like your YouTube
Oh,
thoughts. Like I saw that. Don't you want to talk about that?
yeah. I mean, we can talk about it, I guess. So this is going to take up the rest of the time for sure. I don't want to go too in depth about this, but what happened was 2 days ago, YouTube just released a new policy change directly targeting firearm content. So I'm gonna actually pull up the policy change. So in the past, firearms were grouped into like the dangerous category where it was, I mean, super vague, like hit or miss. You don't really know what's going on. But now they grouped them into their own thing, and I'm trying to find it here. So this is sparking like a big outrage from a lot of the community, a lot of people who probably watch my videos, obviously, but at the same time, not many people know what's going on. So, policy on content featuring firearms. I'm just going to kind of skim through this. YouTube prohibits certain kinds of content featuring firearms. Specifically, we don't allow content that intends to sell firearms or certain firearms accessories, meaning private sales and by individuals, which I don't do. Anything that I've plugged goes through Panda Tactical. No links to the items, and then accessories can include anything that enable a firearm to simulate automatic fire, convert a firearm to automatic fire, bump stocks, Gatling triggers, drop-in auto sear, shit like that. High capacity magazines, anything more than 30 rounds, which I don't really get into that much. Providing instructions on manufacturing them, ammunition, shit like that. So just a bunch of stuff that really targets the firearm community. And I kind of had a little blurb in it about a video this week, and I just gave my thoughts. Basically what I said was, this happened in the past and now it's like really getting bad. There's really not much we can do though, because YouTube is hosting everyone's videos. They are providing a service that we use. We make money from it and they make money from it too. So when we're not making money, they're not making money. Regardless of what policy they put in place, the ball is always in their court. They could say tomorrow that we don't want white people on YouTube anymore. And there's nothing you could do about that. You could outrage and you could protest. Something like that would obviously never happen. But because the firearm community is very, I mean, it's very there. Like it's a big part of YouTube. But because everything else outweighs it, the voice of people petitioning really isn't doing a whole lot. So I kind of gave my opinion on that and everything. There isn't a whole lot that I've gathered yet. I don't know if what I do specifically is in breach of their policy. I know some videos in the past that I've done are kind of infringing on that, and they're right on the border. So everything on my channel is still up right now. I haven't taken anything down yet, but I've reached out to an old YouTube contact that I had back in the summer, where they just reach out to you. So YouTube reaches out to you after you pass 10,000 subscribers. The dude reached out to me when I passed 10,000, but I was already at 75,000 because my channel just fucking grew like crazy. And then he said at 100,000, people will reach out to you, and then you'll have like direct contacts. 100,000 came a couple months later, nothing. I'm up to 170,000 now and still nothing. So I reach out to that guy again. I'm like, yo, let me know what's going on. I called the direct line for YouTube support at Googleplex today 3 times in a row and haven't gotten any answer. Every time I called, the first time it was a 45-minute wait. The second time it was an hour wait. The third time it didn't even give me a wait time. It just hung up on me. So like, there's a lot of shit going on. Apparently they know about it, but it's a fucked up situation. So that's what all my tweets were about today, if you follow me on Twitter.
Word. Dude, I don't know. I have some thoughts on this type of shit too, but it's like I don't know. like you're right
Well,
that
I
at the
want
end
to
of the
know. I
day.
want to know yours outside of the like, because you're not really a gun guy, so I want to know your perspective.
So at the end of the day, it's not like you've shown anything illegal on any video you've ever put out. And yet there's so many things that, whether people think they're trivial or not, that get posted on there that are things that are against the law that they will put on their platform. Like 99% of the music that is put on there is copyright infringement. You know what I mean? Like,
Right.
not to wait to a
Right.
lesser degree, but technically that's an illegal thing to post. So you're okay posting all of those things on there, but someone showing people who have a passion for a certain thing, whether you agree with it or not, it's legal. Everything you show is legal, and you follow the rules to get what you do. You're not, oh, I just bought this gun on the corner over here, check it out. Like, you're going about it in the most legal way you possibly could. At the same time, they're the ones who provide you the platform to do this on. So it's hard for me to like reconcile my feelings about how I feel about government, how they should leave everybody alone and let you do your own thing, but also with how I feel about the free market. And if they so choose to leave out a portion of what ultimately, like you said, drives up revenue for them through views and ads and all that, if they're willing to segregate that portion of the country, which is a pretty significant portion of the country, I would say, then that's on them. And the free market is going to correct itself, and there'll be another platform that's more welcoming to those kind of things, or YouTube itself will realize, well, we're losing a chunk of money here that we don't want to be losing over some stance like this because it's a hot button issue right now in politics. And all this overreaction to guns is, like, in my opinion, a correction to Democrats losing the election to Trump. I think Trump's a piece of shit, but at the end of the day, it's an overreaction now on their part to try to pull the country back from conservatives. So they're going gung-ho on all these things, and it's an overcorrection of the country going a different direction that they want it to go. So now they're going to fight everything tooth and nail like that. I don't fuck with any political party, to be honest, and that's all everything is, back and forth. Trump getting elected in the first place was an overreaction to what people felt like were terrible. I don't want to get too far into politics, but everything is just an overreaction, push and pull, and it's dividing people more and more until there's something that corrects it and tries to find a common ground where, yes, you can have guns because you're a responsible human being and you're just showing people the different things that are out there. But as long as there's crazy people, because that's what they are, they're not some sane person that goes to the gun store and buys 50 guns to go shoot a school. No sane human being does that. As long as there's crazy people in existence, you're going to have this backlash. So I don't know.
And I never really get into politics on my channel because you need to have like a long-winded discussion like this. But I always say that I am obviously very pro-gun, but at the same time, I am pro-gun control, meaning that if you're going to put new laws into place that tighten up the system to put tighter restrictions on the ATF and any kind of background check that doesn't allow someone with a domestic abuse on their record to buy a firearm, fucking good. Your record should be clean if you're purchasing any kind of firearm. If you have any kind of mental issue and they need to do a background check for that, that's fine. If you put something like that into place and you need to make law-abiding citizens with like no social issues wrong with them wait a day to pick up a firearm, whatever, that's fine. I don't like, people just try to push it too far, and it's ridiculous. Anyone like myself, law-abiding citizen, we're doing everything by the books. Like, people like myself get so distraught about it because it's fucked up. Like, we follow the rules. I follow all laws, traffic laws, firearm laws. Like it's just, I don't know.
Traffic laws when we're going to Hyundai in the STI.
No, I never did that before. I don't know what you're talking about. You are fake news. Fake news.
We should have one of these where we just talk about our feelings on like politics and stuff. I think that'd be interesting.
We could. I mean, we always talk about the most random shit, but like, we just got real for the past like 10 minutes there. So if you guys want to hear us talk about something like that, I'm sure everyone who listens would like to hear what I just talked about more in depth. I mean, we could talk about that, but at the same time, I would want to have someone who's like either anti-gun or like on the fence about it, who would try to like push back and like change my mind, like Steven Crowder, the change my mind thing. I think we would need someone like that in the discussion too, or it would kind of be like single-sided.
Change my mind.
That's yeah, shit like that. That's a good one.
What was I gonna say? Oh, I want to talk about politics sometime, and I want to talk about outer space sometime too. That could be like a 10-parter. Outer space.
Oh yeah, for sure. We could talk about that for a while. I mean, this is only episode 4, I think, so we'll branch out into that eventually.
Hell yeah, I'll be like the Neil deGrasse Tyson of this piece, no doubt.
So, anyway, to wrap this thing up.
In here. Hold on, dude's in here. We got to get him in here now. Questions, or is there not enough time?
Yeah, we're at an hour already. We'll get him next time. Chris, the guy who got my logo tattooed, we'll get him in here next time. Chris, if you're listening to the end of this,
cliffhanger for him.
Yeah, appreciate the shit out of you.
I gotta make a logo. He can get it tatted.
A Beef Palace logo. So to wrap this thing up, drop some knowledge. The YouTube policy is fucked up, but once I find out more, I will definitely let everyone know what's going on. Might not be in a video form, but follow me on Twitter because I kind of rant over there at Talon_SEI. On Instagram, same thing. Rhodes, where can they find you at?
A Rhodes27 on the old Twitter sphere. AM Rhodes27 on the gram. Slide in those DMs. I'm still looking for that motorboat boomerang.
We gotta do that. We gotta get the dump 'em hashtag rolling. Shout out to all the little dumpsters listening out there. Podcast right now is available on YouTube and SoundCloud, and we're also on Twitter and Instagram, Dropping Knowledge Pod, and on Twitter, official DK Pod. A lot of people have been asking us to put this on iTunes, and the only reason I'm hesitant to do that is because this is already a lot of work, recording and editing and posting in different places. So I will get it to iTunes as long as this thing fucking grows. If you guys share this with your friends, if you think it's funny and you keep listening and give us feedback and everything on all the socials, then I'll definitely do that in the future. It's just a lot of work right now, which is why I've been kind of slacking to do it. Got a lot on my plate already, so.
I just talk for an hour. You have to do all the work.
Yeah, you just talk and I do everything else. I'm gonna end this right now and then I'm gonna work for another like 2 hours. I didn't even eat yet tonight. It's 8 o'clock at night. I gotta fucking eat something.
I just had crab rangoons. One last thing. Keep telling JF to dump him on every photo he ever posts from now until we say don't do it anymore.
Yeah, go to JF's Instagram, JAYEFFF, 3 F's in that, and just go comment dump him.
Sure, he's gonna have one tonight.
All right, guys.
Kevin Hart show.
Yeah, just blow him up right now. I wish this was live. Maybe next time we'll go live on Instagram. That would be good, actually.
Hell yeah.
Then we could get like questions IRL.
All right.
All right, guys. That's it for this week. Thank you for listening, and we'll talk to you next week. Peace.